Hey there, this is Stacy with Kzoo Keto, bringing you another recipe. Do you miss chocolate chip cookies since you've been on keto? I know I did. I created a scrumdiddlyumptious chocolate chip cookie recipe, and on top of that, they are low carb. They are 1.4 net carbs for this cookie, and they're not hard. So follow along with me and I will show you how to create these yourself. Okay, before we get into all the ingredients, I want to talk to you about the chocolate chips. To date, this is what I've always used, is the Lily's. Lily's, as you know, if you picked it up in the grocery store, is about $8 a bag. With the new Bake Believe chocolate chip craze from Walmart, this is $4 a bag. 2.9 net carbs, 1.4. I think we're gonna switch over to this, because I haven't noticed the taste to be very drastically different. These taste just as good in my opinion. So I would recommend running to Walmart, getting them from there. But if you'd rather have them delivered, Lily's is always online. Other than the chocolate chips, you're also gonna need baking powder, vanilla, xanthan gum, brown sugar substitute. You can use Sucre and Gold, you can use Lakanto. I have also heard if you get a molasses extract, you can mix that in with regular erythritol and make your own, which I haven't tried to do yet. But then you'll also need regular erythritol. I have a liquid sweetener. You can use Lakanto brand, monk fruit, or this is Sweet Leaf Sweet Drops. It's stevia. This is chocolate. I'm not using this. We ran out of regular, so I've been using this kind and it's perfectly fine. Then we have almond flour, coconut flour, eggs, butter, and pink salt. Well, let's get going. First things first, put in your half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. If it is not already softened, you can soften it in the microwave. Put it in for maybe 10-15 seconds. I put mine in a little bit too long and it got kind of really goopy, but that's okay. Next thing is the eggs. So if you read the written recipe, you'll notice that it calls for 3 eggs. I have 2. But what I do, and this is my little secret tip, I sub out 1 egg for a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree. In my opinion, it makes the cookies more moist and chewy. So we're gonna go with 1/4 cup of the pumpkin puree. I would also like it to be noted that I do not like pumpkin. This is disgusting, but it's really good in the cookies. So now we have 1/3 of a cup of erythritol, plain erythritol. Vanilla is very important. I like to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla because I like the extra flavor that it gives, and I also like to use the more expensive vanilla. This is $30 at Costco. I don't like spending that, but the flavor is so worth it. However, you do not have to use that. I went years and years and years and years without using the good vanilla. So I blame that on my friend Corey, who brought me back vanilla from Mexico when she went a couple of years ago. It's all her fault that I'm using the good vanilla now. Almond flour. Now you can sift this. You don't really have to because we're not making anything like a macaroon where it needs to be really fine. Take my liquid sweetener. Put in 10 to 15 drops. Next up, half a cup of coconut flour. Half a teaspoon of pink salt. 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Alright, let's start mixing it up. So you're going to want to start it out on low because of your powdery ingredients in here. You don't want a big fluff going all over the place. I usually, once it looks like it's mostly incorporated, I scrape down the sides, scrape off the beaters, or the spatula, whatever this thing is. I still don't know technically what it's called. Just to make sure everything is getting mixed in. Because if you're not a fan of the pumpkin and you bite into a big chunk of pumpkin, it's not fun. As you can see, it's got that lovely chocolate chip cookie color. I may have mentioned in a previous video that I used to have this chocolate chip cookie recipe that I used to make that is not keto friendly, but it was superb. And this is as close as I've been able to recreate that. Last thing you put in, and you're gonna fold these in, not mix them, is your chocolate chips. Whether you use Bake Believe or Lily's, it's up to you. So I just fold these in. If you want to mix these in, you can. I don't like the way it leaves little, like, it beats them up against the side of the bowl, and I don't like it doing that. All right, those are sufficiently mixed. Next up, just like with my other ones, it's time to weigh them. So get a little bit of foil, zero it out. Now if you've watched my dark chocolate cookie recipe, you'll notice that this dough is a lot less sticky than that one. And I believe that is because I added the coconut flour, which is part of the reason why I did it. All right, we have 852 grams. Alexa, what is 852 divided by 24?
852 divided by 24 is 35.5.
35. Get our little parchment square. Zero it out again. And what do we need? We need gloves. Now these are food grade gloves. And it cracks me up because they're blue. Because you always see the blue gloves in the doctor's office. So I always feel like I'm getting ready to give somebody an exam. You don't have to do gloves if you don't want to. It's just my preference.
Because she's a princess.
I want to get my hands dirty. Now with these cookies, I actually go through and flatten them down a little bit. Now we get ready, we put them in our preheated oven that has been preheated to 350 degrees. And I put those in for 11 minutes. Cookies are done. Oh, they smell so good. It's been a couple minutes. Let's get these off of here, put them on a rack, and let them finish cooling. In my opinion, they're a good sized cookie. And especially since I'm using these chocolate chips at 1.4 carbs, you can have like 2 of them, maybe 3, maybe 4. Depends on how daring you want to get with your carbs. So they're nice and soft. Break them open. Look at the gooiness. Oh my God.
My turn.
You don't get any.
Give me some cookie. Cookie.
Sure.
Please.
Okay, Cookie Monster.
It's so great. You know what I was going for? Not very good. You wouldn't like these at all.
So, you mentioned in the other cookie video that you like those after they're cooled off. What about these?
I think they're better when they're cooled off, personally, which is probably a weird keto variation, but I think these are much tastier than the other ones when it comes to being warm. What do you think?
I think they're good either way.
I think they're good,
Honestly.
but I think
They're
these
great warm and they're great cooled off.
I think you take warm one of these and put it with some ice cream, keto ice cream.
So that's it for our cookies. Shout out to my cameraman here
Do great work, I'm gonna tell you.
and fellow Cookie Monster.
Stacy makes it real easy though.
That's it for those. You can do some variations. If you want to add some nuts to these, go right ahead and do it. I haven't done it yet. I need to do it because Nate likes nuts.
He does like nuts.
let me compose myself.
After the last pretzel video too, he also likes wieners a lot. Alright Nate, you won't watch this video, so you won't know we're making fun of you.
Our friends love us.
That's right. Alright, well, now that we got Stacy back under control, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. And until next time,
Stay keto.
see ya!